Hi, I myself, you know me, one Kentucky. I'm here today for the teammate interview, and I'm joined by
Zimmer Frame Hero, his teammate.
Zimmer Frame Hero, my teammate, and Mercedes of the F4
Yeah.
Championship of the PlayStation Gaming League. We're just going to go through a few questions on how half of our season has been so far. Zimmer, I'm going to ask you a question quickly. You can start off, and
Yeah.
I'll answer the question after you answer. So, what would you rate your season so far?
Uh, Probably about 6 out of 10. We've done well so far. Both of us have done well so far. It's just hauling in the points for the team. Let myself down a little bit over the last couple of races. I think just testing out new ways of trying to get myself a little bit more up the front. Um, but yeah, it's all about learning. Um, and then just keep working on it really. Um, yeah, just glad I got one win underneath my belt. Hopefully I'll be able to continue being strong, showing strong form. Hopefully I'll get another win under my belt. Another two, be quite nice, I think. Yeah,
And for my answer to that question, I agree with the comment you said there. With it's just learning. It is a big learning curve, and especially for myself being
yeah,
my first season in PSGL. I
yeah,
would rate I would rate probably this. I'll probably rate 5 out of 10 for my first season. I think
yeah,
I've done very well for the beginning. Um, I've found a lot of improvement, but there still is a lot of improvement to go on top of what I have progressed so far. So
yeah,
yeah, I've managed like you have yourself. I've dropped off a bit throughout, coming up to the end stages of the half of the season. Uh, I don't know, lost focus, lost concentration. I'm not too entirely sure what it's down to, but hopefully try to pick it up in the next part of the season. Um, Other than that, on to question two. I was going to ask, what has been your? You said you've had one race win so far. What has been your
yeah.
best race of the season then?
My best race, probably my comeback from China actually. After being, I think I was fourth. I think after a couple of laps, a little coming together with somebody, got spun out and I ended up near the back of the field, and then somehow with my pace and strategy that I sort of came up with on the fly, I managed to get myself a podium third place. To only finish behind yourself 11 seconds. Um, yeah, that's definitely I think my strongest performance. Um, yeah, yeah, China. That's my race.
Yeah, China. I think that I would probably, yeah, I would agree with that being my best race as well. I mean, it being my first win in league racing, I would agree that China has
Mm,
been my best race of the season so far. Um, some drivers on the grid knew that I was quite quick around China, so that's where my strength was. And
yeah,
yeah, I managed to control the. I mean, there was a lot of good battling going on for first place between me and Hulkenberg that race, which put me under a lot of pressure. But other than that, after it got down to the pit stops and the pit strategies, I think I just controlled it from there on out. And yeah, I'd say that was
mm,
my best race I've had so far, and well controlled race also. Um,
very well controlled.
On to the next question. This one is gonna hurt. Which one was your worst race then?
My
What would be your
worst,
worst race of the season so far?
my worst race was last race, Canada, definitely. Um, yeah, uh, don't really know what to say about that.
No particular
Um,
reason why?
well, I mean, uh, Canada for 50% races, one stop race, so when I got spun into Wall of Champions, uh, by someone. Um, my wing broke and it put me a pit stop behind everyone. So it was hard. Plus I was struggling a lot with the car as well. I mean, I'm Canada. I wasn't expecting a really good result from, to be honest. It's not really a strong track of mine, so I had a struggle keeping the temperatures in my tyres and stuff. So I was struggling a lot on the braking, well, especially into turn one and the last chicane. That was where I was losing all my time. So yeah, Canada is my worst race so far.
Mhm. I would go with Australia, Melbourne Grand
Mm,
Prix for being my worst race of the season so far. I mean,
mm,
it was the first race of the season, so you know there's plenty more to come. But so far,
yeah,
definitely the first race out there was definitely the worst. Um, both, I would say probably both for ourselves really. We both had such strong pace. We had the 1-2 in qualifying, only to
yeah,
muck it up on turn three, I think it was. And
yeah,
then after that, it was just constant battling from the back to get to the front. And then when we get anywhere near the front, anywhere I got anywhere near the front, I ended up in another collision. I think a total of three
mm,
or four collisions throughout the race. And then to top it
mm,
off, right at the end, as I was catching up the Toro Rossos, on the same pit strategy as them, but I think we were a lot quicker than them as well. I seem to think that I was a lot quicker than at least one of the Toro Rossos anyway. But at the end, managing to catch up to the Toro Rossos has just run out of laps, and ended up fourth, just in front of yourself and fifth. And I think that was the worst race so far this season because we had better potential. We was definitely on for a double podium there. But
yeah, definitely. I
like I
think
said,
the team effort Australia was definitely weakness for our team. I think obviously individual. You think Australia because you span obviously 3 or 4 times. I had sort of a less of a, I got taken out once, so I had less of a hard time than you did. I spent most of my time in that race on my own, I think. So
um, did you? What was your what did you expect from the first half of the season? I mean, did you expect to be where you was now, or is it quite a surprise?
I think definitely a surprise for myself. Uh, Definitely it'd be second in the championship. It's a great feeling. Obviously, everyone wants to be at the top. Um, I think despite you know stakes maybe in the first race and stakes here in a couple of races and a little bit of bad luck, I think certainly both of us have done very well in the constructors. The fact that we've been so consistent, I think, with points. I believe, I think in the first, I think 5 races, I think I was on the podium for 4 of them or something like that. And I've had quite a lot of front row starts. My starts in races as well have been really good. So particularly in Austria, it was my best start. You know, to be um, by the end of the first sector to be already over a second ahead of second place is quite a good start. But um, yeah, definitely a shock, and you're doing very well, I think personally. Um, yeah, you're coming along very well, very quick as I predicted. So um, yeah, not so quick that didn't realise you'd be quick. Sort of, you're quicker than I thought. Than I thought you would be, if you know what I mean. So, um, but yeah, I think we're both doing well as long as we keep it up. Certainly, I think we can keep the constructors definitely. It's looking good for us so far. The drivers' championship always want to be in front to the end now. As you say, we're halfway through the season now, and so we 1 and 2 in the drivers' championship, and Toro Rosso's catching us very quickly. Red Bull as well. Um, yeah, it's going to be an interesting end to the season. So definitely, it's going to go to the last race. It's going to be a four-way battle, I think now.
Yep, I agree. And
Yeah.
to add to the question for myself, I've quite surprised myself, to be honest. I didn't think I would be anywhere leading the championship. To be fair, not actually leading it, just anywhere near it. I thought I'd be at least in the midfield pack, fighting a few of the field guys out there. But I've managed to lead the championship for a few races now and battle yourself non-stop every race, and also the
Yeah.
Toro Rossos and the Red Bull, and it's been a great experience so far for the first half of the season to be, battling with a lot of faster guys than I am and that have a lot of passion for the races themselves and whatnot. And yeah, it's a struggle sometimes when we happen to have collisions and whatnot with each other. But racing's that happens. Some of us get frustrated and that, so that sort of gets the
Yeah.
better of me sometimes. My emotions, they sort of do get the better of me sometimes. So if I try working on that, maybe I can make a better driver out of myself. But to be fair, I'm proud of what I've done so far and surprised myself and proud of what our team's achieved so far. So it's a matter of just consistency now, a matter of keeping that lead and hope for the end result to pay off. And to add to that, of the team of the constructors' standings, we are leading by a phenomenal amount of points, but it is starting to close. Now, Toro Rossos are starting to close the gap a little. They're starting to claw back at us, so the fight is on. Do you believe it will be a battle between us Mercedes and the Toro Rossos, or do you reckon any other constructors will come into the battle near sometime this part of the going into the second part of the season?
Uh, I think really still what to play for. I think there's a lot of races to go left. 7 races to go, so the Toro Rossos are definitely, I'd say, the more likely to be the ones that could be taken off us. The Red Bulls are very strong with drivers Tamworth Fox and Cazo. I've raced Cazo for a long, long time now, so it's not really known too much in PSGL. But from my experiences with him, he can be very, very quick, very, very quick. Some occasions he even gives me a run for my money. And his wheel to wheel is flawless, really. Same with Tamworth, all experiences so far. Um, Particularly Bahrain, that show between me and him. Just a constant battling we had then. China as well, and Hungary. So I wouldn't count out Red Bull either, to be honest. Kazo I find has a little bit of bad luck, I think. But when he's on form and has a little luck on him, he's really, really strong. So yeah, I reckon Toros and Red Bull going to be challenging.
I agree with that, but also I won't count out the McLaren because the McLaren of
Makarov.
Rakarov and
Yeah,
Ardio. I mean,
yeah,
Ardio,
no,
his
definitely.
strategies lately have been very challenging, and he has been up there scoring some strong points. But also, they have a really quick driver in their team as well, which is Rakarov, and he's also one to watch out. But then I will agree with you, Kazo and Tamworth and the Red Bulls themselves as well are really quick. Um, so I think it is all to play for between four constructors. To be fair, I think we aren't
Yeah,
exactly running away with it straight away. I mean, we have got a good lead to the start of the first half of the season, which is good for us. Putting the pressure on the rest and
yeah,
allowing us to relax a little, but not too much because I think we have been doing that the past probably two races, and yeah, we've kind of paid for it.
yeah.
But
Certainly me. I think Spain. I tried tactic of starting on a slower tyre, and unfortunately, I think I'd say I'm quicker than some of the midfield drivers. Now I get a little bit tangled up with them. I think, and yeah. So, but got some things in mind changing for myself, my driving style, my sort of mental attitude towards it all. So Going to bring it into the last half of the season. Hopefully, bring a challenge to yourself for the Drivers' Championship. So I really hope it don't goes down. I really hope it goes down to the wire. Really, really do. I really hope. And hopefully, Josh and Tamworth and other people could be involved in it as well. Because so far, I think F4's definitely been the best league I've raced in a while. So everyone's so close together. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and just going to add on to that comment where you said you're going to be bringing the battle for the Drivers' Championship with me. On the qualifying results, you seem to have out qualified me in majority
Yeah.
of races, to be honest. Um, Race pace, though, I would say race results I've sort of probably outraced in the results. I would
Yeah.
probably say due to obviously points wise. Are you trying? Are you gonna find that edge where you might concentrate more on race pace than qualifying pace? Do you feel like
Um,
you've got your qualifying pace down now? You can concentrate on race pace, or are you gonna just try?
yeah, I think I've been focusing a lot on one lap, because that was always, I believe that was my weakness before, was over one lap. Um, could always, you know, qualify sort of in a sort of the highest midfield, and then my race pace would be really, really good. So yeah, it's all about finding that edge. Um, I don't think I need to concentrate as much on my one lap as I need to really now. So the last half's definitely working on my race pace. It's definitely fallen off, I think, because yeah, and my strategy as well. I need to work on my strategies a bit more. Um, just yeah, look at the sort of data between, what tyres, what the delta is between the two tyres and all that. So and then I can, think what's best to what tyre to start on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. During qualifying, I haven't really been strong around qualifying recently or throughout the first half of the season. I've been out qualified by you quite a lot, but I have focused quite a lot on race pace itself and consistency and race strategy, where I've managed to get two race wins this season from
yeah,
concentrating on the race strategy itself and the race pace itself, which has benefited me a little bit more. But I think I need to not more or less take less focus on or less concentration on race pace and my race strategy. Just have a little more percentage in my qualifying pace to
mm,
qualify a lot higher up the grid and then exploit my race pace and my race strategy and try and get a few more wins because out in Canada I think I had the strategy, I had the race pace, but I think just the qualifying just completely messed me up of having to overtake so many cars and whatnot and getting caught in so much traffic and so many trains of cars in front of me and all sorts of battles going on. So I think I got it wrong in qualifying in Canada. So I think the second half of the season I'm going to try focus a lot more on qualifying
yeah.
than my race pace. Um, is there any particular track that you're looking forward to for the upcoming second part of the season where you feel as you'll be strong and may even take a win?
I'd say equally it'll be probably Singapore, Belgium. Uh, I've won at both tracks in the past, so looking forward to it a lot. Josh is very, very quick in Singapore. Previously, when we've raced there together, it's been really, really close between myself and him, and obviously now you're caught up with the front now. So, and we got Tamworth. Kazo's very quick round Singapore as well, so it's gonna be very, very close. Definitely very, very close in Singapore. With Belgium, I feel my race pace certainly in Belgium's very, very good. So um, again, so's Josh's, but I feel just a little bit quicker. Not much, but just hopefully a little bit quicker. So Belgium's one arm line up.
In my opinion, I thought you would. gone with Monza to be fair, because I know in practice sessions and races in the past with yourself, I've known you to be quick round Monza, but
Mm, well, but it's like Austria really. I was quick round Austria, but then I don't really have the best of luck there. I mean, this season at Austria was probably my best race I've ever had there. Qualifying at the front and then able to stick with second. Um, yeah, Monza's another one where I'm quick round it, but don't have the best of luck there. So
okay, I'd agree with that. Monza myself, I don't have the best of luck there either, but I feel as if in Brazil, coming up after Singapore, that is, I think I'll still be strong
yeah,
at Singapore, but I think I'll be stronger in Brazil. It's one of my
yeah,
favourite tracks, and I love racing it, and all about my driver racing role model, you know, Ayrton Senna, the Senna S. I love flowing through there. I love this track. His home track. I would say it feels I fit right in on that track, and my flow around there is quite strong. My pace. I think I just need to work a little on my strategy, and I may even I think I may even take a win there, take a podium, pole position at that track. So people have to be looking out for me on Brazil. I think that's what I'm
yeah.
hoping. That's what
I like. Yeah, I like Brazil. It's a good track to race round. So I'm pretty average round there. So what
that's
we
where I'll be
expecting really
hoping to
from there,
take
but
my next my league win. Be hoping, fingers
yeah.
crossed, I'll be taking my next win there. Singapore.
I just focus on finishing in front of you. That's my focus now. Ah,
Anywhere else? Would you?
no.
I wouldn't like to win. We got Singapore, Brazil, Italy, Belgium, Abu Dhabi, Japan. Brazil is definitely the most out of all the races we've had throughout the first part of the season and the upcoming second part of the season. Brazil's going to be
Mm.
the one for me.
Yeah, I
Um.
mean, don't forget we got Silverstone as well, which you still need to
Oh,
redo. And I think remember from the sort of well, it was the race that turned it sort of a practice session really towards the end. We showed I think me and you showed quite a good pace around there up the front for some laps. So it was due to shame due to some lag or something that messed up a little bit.
that
But yeah, looking forward to it.
that is true. I did forget that we do still have Silverstone upcoming, so
Yeah.
I would still will go Brazil being my strongest, but having seen and researched and studied the pace that we have around Silverstone, um,
Yeah, I mean we're not miles ahead of people in Silverstone, but we just that little bit quicker, I think. Definitely, and RDO is definitely ranked for all the tracks I think I've raced around with him as Silverstone. Personally, I don't think from talking to him in the past, I don't think he thinks it's his one of his strong tracks. But personally, I think it's one of his strong tracks. He's very good on strategy there, especially if the weather changes. That's where he's the strongest, I think.
yeah, he's
When
quite
knowing
dominant
when
when
to
it comes to
change.
wet weather.
Yeah, yeah. When the weather changed in that race before, obviously all the disconnections and all that, he was leading by miles because he knew the exact lap to go in. So I wouldn't count him out for that. There we go.
Yeah. Um, Now here comes the fun part of the questions. What interestingly, and I'm eager to hear, is what has been your favourite overtake of the season?
Hmm. Overtake. Um. Just trying to think. Overtake on Josh turn one at Bahrain. I think that was in the second race we did after safety car restart. Um, I think he pitted a couple of laps before I did, and then I pitted. I think well I was behind him, and then I overtook him around the outside turn one. So he tried not leaving me sort of left me just enough room, and but unfortunately for him I just had the better traction I think off the corner and yeah. So for me, that was the best overtake for me, especially looking back at the broadcast view of it as well. in the stream. It looked quite impressive, personally. So
Um, I think I will go for my overtake of the first part of the season. May hurt you, but it was in the Hungarian Grand Prix. That
okay,
overtake on the start of lap two, going down the DRS straight down the inside to turn one, was a
mm,
crucial overtake. It was important and it mattered. And if I hadn't have done it, I don't think I would have got the result I had. And yeah, I think that's my favourite overtake of the first part of the season so far. Hopefully
I
more to
agree.
come. And it
I
was,
agree. He was. Yeah. No, no. I was about to say this. Sort of. Thought it was a very good overtake myself as well. Um, yeah, I knew you had to. I had it in my mind at the beginning as well when I started in front. I think we already discussed before the race. I think we were already on different strategies. So, um, but obviously RDO was very close behind. So I was more worried about him.
yeah. if it hadn't have gone, if it hadn't have gone right, then yeah, he would have easily snatched those points away from us.
Yeah, yeah. It got quite close. I think
It
when I
did,
tried doing the cut back, it got very very close. I think between us. So
just a
so
tiny
luckily it was sort of
fraction.
yeah would have put RDO in the lead. So
Yeah,
would have cost us both. I think. So yeah, very good overtake. I agree.
it was that little bit of excitement I got on the broadcast as well as, people saw that Mercedes are at it again, but their hopes were slightly destroyed because they figured out, they're on different strategies, they're not going to battle it, and yeah,
Mm,
so their hopes was slightly destroyed because they thought, maybe we'll battle it first stint and then control our pace and our own strategies after the first stint. But no, we knew straight away that what we were doing, what we were planning, we had to sort of
yeah,
neutralise that excitement, that battle. But yeah, there's plenty more to come anyway.
definitely,
What
definitely.
would be your worst overtake? What have you done wrong during a battle that you really regret doing? That's cost you.
Um, just trying to think now. Call back. Um, oh, it's a difficult one.
Is there any inside corner
China, I
banzais?
think. I think. I mean, I'd say. I mean, both these instances were in China. I think I believe it was the end of the first lap. I had the run on Cazo into the hairpin from the long back straight. But something really weird happened. Sort of my rear brakes locked up, so I sort of went a little bit. My car sort of, went left and right a little bit, and then it sort of, I did warn him over the microphone to say that I couldn't stop the car, and then RDO was able to, you know, um, see that from behind, and then took both positions off us. So he actually overtook two cars in one corner. But probably it was a little bit later, and that was my biggest regret. Sort of, I saw RDO have little bit of a mistake in sector two, and then I think perhaps if I should have backed out a little bit, um, that cost me the spin in China. I felt I had the pace in China to win, so if I didn't spin, yeah, I feel well. I would have liked to thought I would have challenged for the win on that.
Yeah, I did see the instance you had in China coming from the back. You definitely had the pace to challenge at the front, definitely.
Mm, mm,
Um, I would say I wouldn't really say I've had worse overtakes, but I've had not as much trust in the drivers around me for Austria. There
mm,
was three incidents that I would explain. Is the first was I was side by side with Raccoon, and I think there was Adio and Josh in front of me. I thought I could go down the inside and trust the car to the side of me and trust the cars in front of me, and we can all all use this track and battle around this corner, and it was exciting to do, and I trusted the cars around me. I wanted to do it, so we went for it, and I got my car down to the right gear, the right speed, and So just gonna cruise around this inside and see who comes out and the exit. And yeah, it just I think Raccoon might have lost control of his car, or I don't know, followed too much speed into the corner and just tried to, I think, avoid Josh. Ended up making contact with his rear and spinning like probably the start of the corner or midway through the corner, and made contact with me. And then I went into a spin, well, more of a half spin, which was quite crucial for me. It didn't affect my race that much, but I continued on. I knew that I had the pace. I knew that I had the strategy. I knew that I could at least get some strong points in Austria. But then I was battling with RDO. I was on warm primes in my second stint. I was on really warm primes. He was on fresh options. And he was coming round the outside of me through the same corner of the instance that happened with me and Raccoon. And he made a really good overtake on me around the outside. Although he did push it a little and went all fours wheels on the exit of the corner over to the AstroTurf. Did push it a little. He got the overtake. It was an amazing overtake round the corner, around the outside of me. But then down the inside to the next corner while we were side by side, I thought, he made that overtake on me. I trust him now. Let's go. I'll go down the inside and through the next corner with him, and just put some pressure on him, challenge him, and yeah, he had his racing line, I had mine, and he just cut across my racing line, and that was me in a half spin again. And then the last one was Hayes. We were going round the same corner me and Raccoon was going round, and me and Adio was going round. Except this time I was on the outside with more grip. Although Hayes was on the inside, he had less grip, lost control. I think he got his braking point wrong or something, and he might have. I think he locked up into the corner or something and went wide, and that connected with my front wing of the car and took us both into a spin. And then that's where I'd pretty much had thought I'd threw away my championship lead, my championship hopes. I thought everything would gone downhill, but I actually got a little lucky. So yeah, that has been my worst sort of battling and whatnot going on so far, and overtakes and stuff. So I will take that into experience and learn from those mistakes and whatnot from those races and races before that, and into the second part of the season. Hopefully, be a much stronger driver.
Mm.
Would you agree that you would take your incidents into the second part of the season and be a lot stronger?
Yeah, I mean, particularly the one in China, I pretty much, uh, you know, took that in straight away. There are things here and there that I'm gonna definitely change in the second half, like I said earlier on. So hopefully it'll work out for me. Yeah, we'll see.
So, first half of the season, we've had 7 races now. You've had
Yep.
your battles with everyone. Before you go into the second half of the season, you have to claim your rival. Now, who would be your rival, and who would the rival, and who would he be? Sorry, let me repeat that. Who would be your rival you would like to beat?
I'd rather like to beat. Um, Personally, I have a list of three, all equally as my rivals. I think we're all in the same pace, and that's yourself, Tamworth, and Josh. Um, I don't really have one particular rival. I have three, so we're all equal on pace. I think Tamworth, I believe, is probably the fastest out of all of us on race pace, marginally. Um, you and Josh are better on consistency, which is, obviously I need to take on board and stuff. So yeah, I don't have one rival. I have three. So hoping that could change sort of the momentum back from what I've had for the last couple of races back towards me a little bit. Work on a couple of things and hopefully it works out.
Yeah, awesome. It's all good to have more than one rival. I know the potential down the field is really strong. Everyone's equal, But
Yeah.
if I was had to choose one single rival that I would like to beat, I would say I would say the Red Bull of Tamworth Fox.
Yeah.
Mainly because we've had we've had that sort of tension between us there. We both know we're quick. We both know we want to battle for this drivers' championship, and we both know we ain't gonna be little pushovers when we come to battling each other. And yeah, we will pull out every defensive and offensive tactical move we can we can find in the book against each other. There is really a rivalry on track between us. Um, Off track, I don't know personally what he's like. I haven't really spoke to him along the paddock or anything like that. But definitely on track, he seems to be pressuring me quite a lot for the first half of the season. But
Hmm.
I do know I'm followed closely by yourself, and I do know once the constructors battle goes either out the window or in the bag, I do know after that I'm going to be under a lot of pressure from yourself because I know what you're capable of, and I know you won't go so. I know you won't be so easy on me as you have been throughout the first half of the season. So I know you'll want you'll be one to watch out for throughout the
Yeah.
second half of the season. So I know you've let me off lightly with a few things throughout the first half of the season, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to keep expecting that because if I do that, I'm going to get caught out, and it could just crush my championship dreams. I could assume you're going to do something as teamwork, and then you don't. So, you know, I'm going to be more cautious going into the second part of the season because I know you're still in the battle with myself. Once we
Yeah.
finish I would say winning that constructors battle, I know it's going to be it's going to be
Mm.
a very exciting last part of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with your rival. I think Ian Tamworth of, particularly in Spain, I think it appears visually that you two are battling very hard for each other. I like Tamworth personally. I got to know him a little bit off track, so um, he's a nice guy. So and yeah, I feel he's always respected myself on track. Bahrain and China and Hungary did prove that. So and he's looking very very strong now. So if anything, I think he's the most hungriest out of everyone battling for the championship because he's had a little bit of bad luck at the start. So um, and at the moment he's doing all the right things to claw back all them points that he's lost.
Yeah, he's in he's in mode where he just the Red Bull. He sees
Yeah,
red. He's in that mode. He's looking to claw back some points. He's not.
yeah,
He's not gonna. He's not just gonna be out of the fight right now. He's hungry
definitely
for
not.
a win. He's hungry for a few wins, and he's going to be clawing back at the championship. So we'll both have to watch out for him, as well as his teammate
Indeed.
Kazo, and as well as I
Yeah,
would say Rakarov, and I would
yeah,
say
certainly.
Adio also, and of course the
Josh.
Torossos. So we have got
Yeah, I think so close. I think it's unbelievably close throughout the field. So I like that. So
we
I like
have
it.
got a really intense second part of the season upcoming. To be fair, there's a lot of potential
Yeah,
drivers now. Like it did seem after a few races of the first part of the season, it did seem like people kept thinking it's only down to the two Mercedes and the one Red Bull. But uh, actually, coming up to the end of the first half of the season, there's been so many there's been so many potential drivers that are really a threat to us. Not only for the drivers, even for the constructors. So as long as we pick up our game throughout the second part of the season, I think we'll do nicely in the constructors, and I would personally say, because I have faith that we will win the constructors, and then we can go battling each other for the drivers. And yeah, hope us drivers don't lose respect for each other after we win that constructors. But I'm
Not in
sure
the
I'm
bag
sure
yet.
we won't.
Not in
I'm
the
sure
bag
we
yet.
won't. Is there anything you have to say for the upcoming race? Do you feel if you'll be strong enough for a podium here or anything? Do you believe anyone's quick round
Singapore.
here? Any comments on Singapore for the upcoming race?
Oh, looking forward to it. I like my street tracks a lot. Uh, yeah, when we were debating sort of, a Monaco or Hungary race, we did a Monaco practice, and my pace is very, very strong at Monaco. Um, and yeah, for some reason I just like my street tracks. I like the tracks where you can just throw the car in and out of corners. So um, yeah, it suits my driving style a lot. So um, I don't think I'll be running away with any particular positions. So I'm hopeful for a podium. That's what I'm hopeful for. So I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Um, I last raced this track a while ago, and I seem to have the pace around the track. I do enjoy it myself. Like I said, street tracks. They're um, they're not they're one for you. We sort of have the same driver style, but they're one for you, but they're not one for me, sort of thing. I prefer like like tracks like China, Malaysia, stuff like that. Street tracks like Canada and Singapore and Monaco and whatnot. I'm not entirely, they're sort of like my weakness, but because I've got consistency, it seems to work out quite a lot in street tracks, because that's what you need. Not only do you need the pace,
Mm.
you also need consistency, because all it takes is one mistake and that is your race over and done with. But I think I've got the consistency, so I can try to work on the pace a little to find a few temps, but I won't push myself around here for Singapore, so people don't expect anything major from one of the Mercedes. The other one you will though, but not this Mercedes. um,
Yeah.
do you feel like anyone in on the grid is faster than you, more competitive than you around here? Because you seem
Around Singapore, a number of people. I think yourself, Josh, Tamworth, like I said earlier, Kazo is very, very quick round Singapore as well. So I think it's not massively, the timings aren't, um, massively big between everyone. I think it's all sort of a tenth or two here and there. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's difficult to go wheel to wheel win. Um, so in the past I've battled with Josh wheel to wheel on there, so I know it's possible. So um, particularly it was really, really close battling. So I feel I know where I can and cannot overtake. So I like to hopefully bring that as a little bit more experience more than others. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yep. I'm looking forward to the start of the second part of the season. I'm not looking forward to the race ahead, but I'll just take it easy and try score some strong, consistent points for the Mercedes team, and you know, I ain't gonna try.
Yeah, if you get lapped, by the way, and you feel like you can unlap someone, don't unlap three people in this one, yeah?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
were the old days, when I was still out here learning, and
Yeah.
I still am
Yeah.
learning. I still am the young Padawan out there, but
I
I
really
don't
hope you did
think
take that as experience, though, that one, because,
I did take that
yeah.
as experience, and I don't think I'll be making that mistake again.
No,
The young
yeah,
Padawan is learning.
exactly. So,
But
I just realised as well, I've got to look forward to Brazil, as it's on my birthday. So,
oh, so
I'll expect everyone to move out of the way for me. No, I won't really. No.
well, you heard it
That
from
would
me.
be special.
Brazil is
If I can do, I don't think I'll win, but if I manage to pull off a unexpected win, that'd be quite special actually. to win in on my birthday would be pretty special.
Yeah, to win on your birthday, of course, it'll be very special. But
Yeah,
um, like I've already said earlier in the interview, Brazil's one of my favourite tracks, and it's one that I'm hoping to win. So I'm hungry for that
yeah,
win as well as you're hungry for that little birthday surprise.
yeah,
So there
yeah,
will be a challenge there. So stay tuned for Brazil as well. It'll be quite exciting
yeah,
then, wouldn't it?
yeah.
One Mercedes is hungry for the win, and the others is just like likes a little birthday gift. So that'll be quite
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
Um, is there anything you'd like to finish off with for your first half of the season and going into the second half of the season? Any little regrets you'd like to leave behind? Anything like that?
Um,
Any old teammates rumors and stuff and whatnot?
nah, no, I'm not going to comment on anything for next season yet. So, all I
No
say is I
interesting
wish everyone.
comments for maybe you'll be going. I think I heard F2 next season.
No, no, that's definitely confirmed. No, no,
It's not been
uh,
confirmed, but it's in the talks that you'll be going F2 next season. Yeah.
no, 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 no. No, all I do say is I wish everyone luck for the second half of the season. It's been an absolute blast so far. And hopefully we can finish off on a high for everyone. Put on a good show for everyone in the streams. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot. Looking forward to the challenges ahead. There's a lot of difficult tracks ahead, so a lot of fast drivers. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Good luck, everyone.
Awesome. And that is something I would agree with to everyone. Let's
Mm.
have fun out there. Let's go into the second part of the season and let's finish it off on a high. Let's have a blast. Let's have a really good laugh. Let's give the viewers and those people in F1, 2 and 3 a good show to remember that, us F4 we ain't pushovers, We are quick drivers and we are hungry drivers and we do have a lot of potential. And just get the experience behind us. So yeah, let's all have a good laugh out there and yeah, let's enjoy the second part of the season. Um, and on that note, I will say ta-ta. Stay tuned
Ta-ta.
for part 2 of the season for the F4 Championship with the PSGL League Gaming League for the two Mercedes boys. Somewhere near the end of the season, maybe we'll be getting quite intense and quite exciting, especially around in Brazil. They take the fight to each other. But other than that, let's concentrate on our constructors at the moment. So don't get too
Yeah.
too bored of us, doing our job for the time being for probably the next race like Singapore, because I'm only going to be looking to be consistent there until after that. We'll be at Brazil, I think. So it'll be
Yep.
getting quite interesting. But who's our F4 streamer for the F4?
I think it's Ali K.
Ali
Is his
K.
name? Yeah.
If people would like to subscribe to this channel or Deathstroke JLR to stay in touch with the highlights of the race, or if they would like to watch the race live on Sunday at 8 p.m. if you join up with Ali underscore K underscore 17, he'll be broadcasting live the next few Grand Prix, which will be on every Sunday 8 p.m. So yeah,
Yeah.
tune in. Okay, thank you. Bye.